Hi folks, welcome to this little review of my new SKS Raceblade Pro XL Mudguards. This is the second time I've ridden with them. First time it was absolutely tipping down, so they've had a really good test. And today's kind of mixed weather conditions. It's actually nice and sunny at the moment, but yeah, these are attachable mudguards just via these rubber sort of clamps. They're really easy to get on and take off. I really like this because I can take them off if I'm transporting the bike in a car, just so they don't get bent out of shape, and then once I get to where I'm starting the ride I can just stick them back on. And it's you can probably put them on in less than a minute, so front and back. They were £36 I think in Halfords. You might get a discount if you show your British cycling card in those shops. They're really easy to go on. The coverage is pretty good, so in terms of the back you've got coverage all the way down there. I think you might be kind of spraying somebody cycling behind you potentially if it was really wet, but in terms of kind of protecting you, they're absolutely fantastic. And at the front, as you can see, they go all the way down, you know, to the floor, so to speak. Really good kind of protection at the front. They're really solid. What I think I'll probably do in the future is just move them slightly out so they're not touching at all, because they do sort of rattle a little bit if I'm going over really bumpy territory. They're really easy to adjust, so you can probably see here there's adjustment points, and you get a little Allen key in the box that it comes with. And any bike tool will have this size Allen key as well, so you can adjust the arms in terms of a rotation that way, and you can also make adjustments here for the, what would you call it, the height of the mudguard. So if I wanted to increase the distance between the mudguards and the wheel, I'd make an adjustment here and just kind of move that metal slightly up, if that makes sense. You know, likewise, if I want to have it really hugging the tyre, really close that gap, again I'm just making adjustments here and pushing that sort of piece of metal in a little bit. So yeah, the way I did this was I kind of put them on in an approximate position, and then I just went around with an Allen key, loosened all these up, got the guard exactly how I wanted it, and then tightened everything up. And again, it took, from taking it out of the box to having it on the bike in the right position, probably took me 10 minutes. It's super easy, and shouldn't do this, but I didn't even read the instructions. It was easy to figure out what you're doing. I actually bought these quite late on a Friday evening for a long bike ride on the Saturday, and I just put them on quite quickly. When I finished my first ride I took them off, and you probably can't see, but you get little plastic adhesive strips that you can put on your bike, and it sort of protects the, you know, the forks and the frame, and you get, I think you get 6 of those in the pack. So I've used 4 here, but yeah, please put these on before you put the clamps on. It's just rubber, but you can get little bits of grit and crap from the roads kind of under there. The only other thing I'd like to mention that's a potential negative is what would you call it, toe overlap when you've got the guards on. I'm not sure how easily I can demonstrate this, but there is a potential when you've got these on for the guard to hit your shoes. You get obviously you might get a bit of toe overlap. Now I don't have particularly big feet. I do put my cleats on my shoes really far back, so I've really got the widest part of my foot over the pedal, but I do notice, not when I'm riding, and if I'm aware of it it's not an issue because I can orientate where my feet are on the cranks, but if I kind of forget and I'm just waiting for somebody and they come past me and then I sort of set off and turn the bars and forget, I'll sometimes kind of catch my toe on the guards. Now I've only ridden with these a couple of times, so it's probably just a case of me becoming aware of it and getting a bit more used to it. It's not really an issue, and well, I say it's not really an issue, but if you've got particularly big feet, and you're almost touching the tyre without the guards on. That might be something to kind of consider, whether these guards would be appropriate, and they're going to cause you a lot of issues. But yeah, just something to kind of think about. And you can obviously set them up. I mean, I can actually adjust that a little bit more and close that gap, which I might do when I get back. And for me, that will probably sort out the sort of toe overlap. But yeah, something to consider. And that's, I mean, not really a negative, it's just something to factor in. I haven't got a bad thing to say about these. They're just a great piece of kit, German made, so maybe that's no surprise. Anyway, thanks for sticking with me to the end of the review. Please do consider liking and subscribing if you'd be so kind. Really helps me out, and it would be great to have you following along on the channel. Otherwise, please stay safe, take care, and happy cycling. Bye.